Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. We have a very special show for you tonight where we're going to help do a nervous system reset. We're going to talk with the current energies that are going on today. I'm going to do a brief clearing toward the end. We're going to do a Q&A, and we're going to do a nervous system reset meditation as well. And how does it get any better than this? If this is your first time here, this is kind of a channeled co-creation where I go into my automatic writing and I talk with spirit, angels, guide, whatever we want to call it. And I come up with kind of a teaching based on that. Sometimes it's a channeling with Archangel Michael. Sometimes it's from other archangels. Sometimes it's just from higher spirit, greater mind, or as I like to joke, the giant cheeseburger, vegan cheeseburger in the sky, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to dive in here tonight, and I hope this helps shift your energy because, I was on a coaching call earlier today, and there was a gentleman, a very amazing gentleman, and the largest heart, and things were blowing up all around him. And he was saying, I'm in such a state of fear, I don't know how to step forward right now. And with the head injury I had last summer, I said, I know exactly how you feel. For all of us, and this is even before the events of this weekend, which has shaken people to the core. This has been, I can't say a year now because we've just entered 2026, but this has been a time period where we have been shaken to the core. It's hard to know how to step forward, and it's hard to find a way to be grounded in our own space. And so I want to help calm your nervous system tonight so you can find that safe and centered place inside of you. And I'm the first to say, I could use this as much perhaps as you can as well. Now, this won't be a political talk. I don't believe in sides on a round planet, though I may address some of the very roughly some of the situations going on, not the news, but in how it is shaking us. But I won't be addressing events specifically. What I will address, though, are the feelings. We get to go at the feeling states behind this. Now, like I said, the channelings come from many different angels and guides or whatever we want to label them. This time, Archangel Michael was coming through. And Archangel Michael was coming through very specifically because in order for us to move forward as individuals, as a species, as a planet, we get to cut through a lot of the fears, the worries, the traumas that we are experiencing or almost want to say stuck in right now. And stuck's an interesting word because really what we're doing is winding the rubber band up on the little rubber band airplane to help us fly forward. Now, this is a crazy time. Let's make no mistake about it. This is a really interesting time. You know what actually I want to do? Before we dive right in, I'm feeling the energy of everyone right now, and I'm feeling the energy of myself. I'd like us to take 3 long breaths to help us ground into our body. So the first thing that I want us to do, forget about the whole teaching. Let's dive right into the good stuff. I want you to imagine that there is a silvery string coming out of the heavens. And I want you to pull that silvery string down, plug it right into the top of your head. Take that silvery string, you can take it down through your spine, down through your tailbone, and magically it comes out through the bottom of your feet next and right into the earth. And you feel yourself getting rooted into the earth. And now from here, I want us to take 3 extra slow, deep breaths. We're going to make this kind of the Tibetan monk term for this, and I think it's also a Tai Chi term, is turtle breathing. We are going to take 3 turtle slow, deep breaths. Are you ready with me? In through the nose, nice and slow like a turtle, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In through the nose, even slower and deeper, and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. Very, very good. Now I'm going to address a point completely out of order here. Somebody rightfully just mentioned they're very concerned about what's going on in the White House right now. Again, no sides on a round planet here. You may be right. You may be more than right. You may not be as right as you think. When we label at this point, we inherently put ourselves in a state of helplessness and in a state of fear. If instead we say, this person, that person, this other person, I totally don't agree with them, and I really want them to go a different way. And so I send them love. This is graduate level work. Like I said, I've skipped the whole teaching. I instead send them love. What happens? You change the energy inside of you. You go from that fear-based amygdala-like response. They call it the lizard brain. Guess what? Lizards are smart. But they call it the lizard brain. You go from that fight or flight response, and then to send love, into this more spacious environment where all things are possible, all things are probable, and you can create with your mind. So that is not to say that what you put in the chat may not be true or untrue. That is a very disempowering statement. What we're doing here tonight is bringing you back into your power. Because once I get you back in your power, now you can make real change. Now you can change whoever is wherever doing things that we may not want them to do. But when we are disempowered, which is what we are taught and gifted and bombarded with doing, we become helpless and become hopeless. Somebody's saying ads interrupting live feed. There shouldn't be any ads right now. Afterwards, sometimes YouTube goes and hits us with too many ads, and I do my best to pull out a whole bunch. I don't pull them all out. Why? Because that's the only thing that keeps our editing and production team going. So if we did it completely ad-free, we would need donations. However, my apologies if you're watching this on a replay and there are too many ads. All right, let's dive into things here. A, it's a crazy time. B, I'm here to assure you it is going to get crazier. What I'm told by Archangel Michael is, and I'm going to use this as a quote, in orders of magnitude we have not seen, at least in our lifetime. How things are going to ramp up this year is extraordinary. Now, I've been talking about in past YouTube lives how we can harness this energy. And I was talking about how in our School of Mystics we're going to harness this energy. I think we actually get to step back from that first. We get to step back from how we harness this energy, and we get to actually calm our nervous systems first. So, yes, things are being brought up to the surface right now. Yes, old doctrines are being brought up to the surface to be healed. Yes, there's a long history of what's going on having taken place, usually a lot more subtle or subtly than it is now. Now things are more out in the open. Why? So they can be brought to the surface in order that they can be healed. So if we look at things on a surface level, which is understandable to do, and my heart goes out, let me be honest. I always try to be honest. My heart goes out to everyone in every country affected right now, in everyone in Venezuela is scared out of their mind, no matter what side they are on. Ain't nobody going, oh, we know how this is going to turn out right now. Everybody is in a state of fear, because the old is being brought up to the surface in order to be cleared, in order to be healed. While we can't overlook this, we can view it from a bigger picture lens. I was talking to my coaching client today. I said, he said, how do you know things will work out? And I said, because you would be the first person in the history of histories where things do not work out if we step back the aperture far enough. Because this is a story from which we learn, we heal, we shed, we grow. This is a story from which we shed, we heal, we learn, we grow. And if we choose it, we can have that much better positive outcome in this lifetime once we get out of that state of fear. Full disclosure, I had a head injury in June 29th. What does that mean? I don't belabor the point, but it means my nervous system, you can ask my team members, I have bears right there, has been in a heightened state of alert, to say the least. What have you done, Michael? Well, I've been in a state of fear a lot. What do? I go to love. What else do you do? I step forward anyway, knowing if I choose it, everything will work out. Yeah, Bear just put a code down for our School of Mystics. We, for the start of this new year, we're having 2 classes. We're having a class Wednesday to completely reboot your nervous system. We have a class Friday where we are going to clear off all of these recent wounds and traumas. Come join us. It's very inexpensive, and it's even less expensive if you want to try it for 6 months, but you can try it, and if it doesn't work, cancel anytime. But oh my God, am I going to help you rewire? But we're going to start here tonight. We're going to start here tonight. How do we do this? And then how do we view things from a bigger picture lens? Well, first is the breathing we just did. And I particularly like turtle breathing right now. Why turtle breathing? The more I can slow down your breath, the more I can slow down your racing mind and give you a pause, or as New Rhythms put it, give you a peace or a peaceful new year. What's it take for peace? A pause. Can you do that with me? Yeah. That's all it takes. In that moment of pause, not going, oh my God, is that a crazy man? Is that not a crazy man? Is this something to be celebrated? Is this something to be feared? And I got to be honest, I don't believe in guns, period. So I have never in the history of histories celebrated anything that involves a gun. That's not a political statement. I think humanity can rise above that. I think humanity has risen above it. This is the old coming up to the surface in order to be cleared. So let's recalibrate you here tonight. Then we can do a greater recalibration if you want to join us Wednesday. We can do an even greater recalibration and clearing if you want to join us Friday. So, Archangel Michael was calling it on last week's YouTube Live. He called this the year of the quickening and the year of the reckoning. The year of the quickening, energy is going faster and faster, more and more. On and on it goes. And the year of the reckoning, anything under the surface is going to come up to the surface. Whether that's a dictator or non-dictator, an authoritarian and non-authoritarian. All of this stuff is coming up to the surface. I feel like saying sex offender, non-sex offender. Everything is coming up to the surface in order to be cleared. Billionaire, not billionaire. Economy that doesn't work for us, economy that does. Everything will be cleared to help us. Everything will be cleared to help us. But now, we may not even be ready to accept that. So let's give this year a completely new label. And I know labels can be dangerous, but I really like the label that Archangel Michael gave me for this one. We can call this a sanctuary year. And I love that terminology, a sanctuary year. What is a sanctuary year? It's a year of safety. It's a year of a haven. It's a year not to pause, not to hibernate, as we can use this tremendous energy for good. The January 3rd, a day that may live in infamy, but January 3rd, or it may be a day that you celebrate, I love you no matter what side. Again, there are no sides on a round planet. We had what? The biggest supermoon of 2026. And at the same time, we had the closest pass to the sun. So the largest sun of 2026 at the same time. That ain't by accident. It is that overload of energy that set things in motion. So we can look at one person, we can look at one country, we can look at one event and think that's happening in a vacuum, but it's not. It's all here to serve us. All here to serve us. April, I send you all my love. It is all here to serve us. This is a year not to hibernate, but a year where we first find our safe spot. Sort of like our School of Mystics. Find your safe spot inside and outside of yourself. Your safe spot to help you find the peace and help you find the calm you need. And to help you once and for all get your nervous system out of a state of heightened alert. Why? Because the law of resonance say we attract or find or see what we are resonating at. And yes, I have asked Kim to come back on the show. I haven't heard back. I'm going to text her again. Thank you. If we resonate at a nervous system in a state of heightened alert, what we get is more to have a state of heightened alert about. Which means if you go, and my God, is it easy to doom scroll these days. If you go and you see what's going on and your heart goes, please either go to the breath or go to Om, something we'll be addressing a little bit later, or go to the cute and fuzzy bunnies or teddy bears. Michael, you're doing a YouTube live on a nervous system reset, and you're saying go to the cute and fuzzy bunnies or teddy bears. Yes, I read a story a few days ago about an island in Japan that was once where they practiced or manufactured poison gas for World War II, and now it is overrun by cute and fuzzy bunnies. Apparently people left bunnies on the island, and without humans on the island, the bunnies grew and grew and grew. Now it's a tourist attraction, and there are so many bunnies because the tourists bring food that the tourists need the bunnies need the tourists. But you go to the cute and fuzzy bunnies. Or if you went to the news today, there's a story about in Hershey, Pennsylvania, how at the end of a hockey game last night, where the local team won, 80,000 teddy bears. People purchased 80,000 teddy bears to be given to children in need that were then thrown onto the ice. A mountain of teddy bears. 80,000 teddy bears strong. And what does it do by watching 80,000 teddy bears? And watching hockey players dive into 80,000 teddy bears? It completely resets your nervous system. So, going back to the stars, going back to the moon, going back to the wolf supermoon of all apt names, if ever I've heard one for this time, and going back to the perihelion, the sun's closest path to the earth, or probably more like the earth's closest path to the sun. Let's put that better. This means everything is a two-way street. What does that mean? First, the stars, the sun, the moon are giving us a massive influx of energy. You can feel it. You're energetically sensitive in order to precipitate great change. That was 2 days ago, to say the least. But it means the two-way street means we can also feed back into that system. That's where the higher level game is played. That's why I want to help reset your nervous system in 2026. Come join us, shameless plug, for the School of Mystics starting Wednesday. Because if I can calm your nervous system, you can change the outcome of this country or whatever country you're in. And you can help change the outcome of the entire planet. So I do not want you leaving tonight. I don't want anyone leaving tonight thinking you're helpless, thinking you're hopeless, or thinking that you do not have power. If you watch the news right now and you go, oh my God, Now what's coming? Talk about a state of disempowerment versus, oh my God. Now what is possible? Both are true. Both are correct. Which one allows you to broadcast a higher level outcome? And yes, how does it get any better than this? The real power is both inside of you in how you shift your energy, and it is outside of you. Outside? How you communicate with the rest of the world. So I had dear friends over earlier this week, or this weekend, and we talked about all things here. Not light talk. We had deep communication. We talked about the scary stuff. We talked about what's going on in the world. We shared our opinions. And guess what comes out of that? All good and great things. We get to be incommunicado. Not invisible, but we get to be in communication with each other now. For it is in our communiques, in how, community, in how and especially what we talk about, that makes the greatest difference. It is how and especially what we talk about that makes the greatest difference right now. So we get our energy straight and aligned, and that silvery string down through the sky, down through you, down into the ground, root you. Turtle breath, coming from that place of love. And then, while I like to say there are no rules, here is the rule of the evening. I feel like pounding on the desk, but if I do that, everything will collapse. No more small talk allowed. Yes, you heard it here first, or maybe 51st. No more small talk allowed. Small talk was allowed in 2025. Hey, how are you doing? How's the weather? How's it hanging? I don't know. Just chitter, chitter, chat, chat, chitter, chat, chat, chat. Let's look at something that is more emotionally nutritious at this time, energetically nutritious. If I'm on the computer, if I look at something for more than 30 seconds on the computer, I will ask myself, does this serve me? Okay, I can watch a cute and fuzzy bunny serves me. Does this serve me? I'm watching a stone rock coming downhill and hikers get out of the way at the last second. Does this serve me? If yes, that's nutritionally dense. I might stay with that for a minute. If not, I get to get the heck off of it and work on something that does. Small talk is nice. It's safe. It doesn't serve any of us. When you greet someone, this is 2026. This is when stuff is going down, sort of like that stone. Ask about their soul. How's your soul doing? How are you really feeling? Go up to the cashier. How's your soul doing? How's your higher self doing? How are you really feeling? Ask something deep and meaningful. Hi, I've just met you. How are you really feeling? They'll be flabbergasted. They may laugh, nervous. Otherwise, they may cry. They may feel finally heard or seen. But now you're doing something that can make a real difference. Why are we going to Unity Orlando in a few weeks? Come join us live or recorded, or live or online, live in person or online, or going to many other Unities and other places as well, all across the country, I'm sure Canada, and we're going to expand outwards from there. Why? Because we need to be in communion right now, in community right now. That's what we have in the School of Mystics. We have community. That's what you have right here, right now, tonight in the chat. You have community. We want to be in community. That's what matters most. This is a time period of connection, a time period where no one is to feel alone. No one is, I'm not sure I would say allowed to feel alone, but no one, hold on here, there we go. No one needs to feel alone at this time. In fact, when we bring people together all as one, That's how we begin to change the world right now. My chat has jumped off the screen. There we go. How are you really feeling? You go up to the cashier. How are you really feeling? The barista. How are you really feeling? You get the person on the phone with you at a call center. First off, compliment them on something. Not a chitty chat compliment. Find something to really compliment them and ask, how are you really feeling? How are you really doing? This is a brilliant question and super challenging at the same time. Why? It is scary to ask somebody how they're really feeling. But it is the first step to shedding some of the disastrously hyperactive energy that's on us right now. What's the hyperactive energy? That's the energy that we're almost all feeling right now. To know thyself in these terms, and this is so important, this is the time period where we get to know ourselves. And then we get to know our friends, our family, our neighbors, anyone we interact with as family. To know thyself is to know how you're truly feeling. We can't change the energies inside of ourselves. We can't change the energy in the world around us if we don't know how we're feeling, or if we don't know what the energies are that are swirling around inside of ourselves. So a great question you can ask yourself right now. In fact, let's do this. Let's take a nice, slow, deep breath. In again through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. And ask self, how am I feeling? Continue to breathe. How am I feeling? How am I feeling? And then listen deeply to the answer. Really dive deep with this. How am I doing? Now, I don't typically label my work. If I did, I guess a word that I could use lately is energy psychology. It's working on wounds and blocks beyond the conscious mind, and often beyond the subconscious as well. So I do a lot of what I call meddling, or helping to rewire your subconscious mind. But I'm working at the level of the energy body that you have, or your energy mind. The mind greater than this thinking mind, but the mind that surrounds you. Not the greatest mind, but the mind that you surround you, or this field of energy that you have immediately around you. It is here that your energetic memories are held, your energetic fears are held, your energetic patterns are held. And we get to process and release what is there. That's why I'm doing this massive clearing on Friday in the School of Mystics. I'm going to do a minor clearing with you here this evening so you can get a taster for it. But we get to clear a lot of this energy off of you. And we get to become conscious of what these energies are. Somebody says, Moonbeam says, as an empath, I don't think I need to ask. Have the talk with yourself anyway. Really have that communication. Because I can feel that flipper floober in my belly and go, oh my God, I know what's going on. But it's one thing to say, I know what's going on. It's the next level to say, can you tell me about it? I want to listen. And listen to yourself from outside of yourself as a loving, caring, compassionate observer of yourself. That goes such a great way to healing. Somebody said there's something they misunderstood in the Daily Woohoo. Bring it to the Q&A. I'd love to address it. I can't see what it is because I have to stay focused here. But bring it to the Q&A. It is here in your energetic body, in your energetic field, in your energetic mind. that we have memories that we hold on to, that we get to work on, we get to process, and we get to release. And right now, from an energetic body perspective, you are holding energies that aren't even just yours right now. There's not a soul who woke up on planet Earth on June 3rd or June 4th who didn't on some level go, something's weird here. Something feels a little off. You may not be able to label it. You may have been having the greatest day on earth, but something deep inside of you felt a little amiss. And somebody's asking, where is that squirrel puppet? And we definitely need to bring him back up and get him back here. He is, I think from the move, he's still, it's not fair to say packed up, but I will bring him out. Thank you for asking. We are holding energies that are not ours and that truly didn't come from us, even from this lifetime. I want you to understand that. A lot of the energies are not only just not yours, they didn't even start this lifetime. So your feelings, you're not broken, you're not too sensitive, it may not even be your fear. You are perfect just as you are. But as an empath, and everybody here is an empath, everybody is feeling these energies right now of the collective. Did I say June 3rd instead of January? Yes, I did. And, oh, yes. You are holding energies that are not yours. So you're not broken, you're simply empathic, you're sensitive, and you are deeply, deeply connected. These energies that are coming up, and I'm hearing the crackling of a motorcycle in the distance right now, going, rang, rang, rang. That crackling energy are coming up at this time, are being stirred up so that they can be healed once and for all. And so when you feel anxious, you feel heavy, or you feel overwhelmed, much of what you're feeling right now isn't about you. You're feeling the field. It's important to know, what am I feeling? Where is this coming from? In order that we can ground back into our bodies. That is so important. Even beyond the label, even beyond the words. Understand, language is not your first language. Michael, what do you mean? Are you getting off on a tangent? Language is not your first language. When you came here, we always used to think that a baby's just going goo goo gaga, which they don't actually say, but we weren't thinking that they were speaking. Of course they were speaking. Of course they had so much to say and so much to share. But they were speaking in the only language they have, the language of energy, which is coming out as the language of Babel. But it's a language of energy. The energy we're feeling right now is the field. And the field is quite challenged right now. This is why getting back into your body is so important tonight. So what I'd like you to do, we're going to do a few fun things here tonight. Fun? Yeah, we'll call them fun. I'd like you to place a hand on your heart. You place one hand on your heart. And then you can put another one down below on your belly. Hand on heart, hand on belly. And we breathe together. Slow, deep, and gentle. Breathing into the heart, breathing into the belly, and out. I like to do it always through the nose. In, filling up the heart, filling up the belly, and letting it out. In and out. In and out. And now with the next 3 breaths, I'd like you to say this: I am safe. I am grounded. I am secure. I am safe. I am grounded. I am secure. I am safe. I am grounded. I am secure. And I am here. I am here. I am here. What that does is grounds you right back into your body. It helps lighten the burden energetically, emotionally, and spiritually. What are we really saying? I am safe, and you can certainly imagine a bubble all around you. I am grounded. You can feel yourself growing into the earth. I am secure. I am rooted. And I am here. I am in this space. I'm not in the worrisome future. I'm not in what just took place in the past. I'm not about anything right now. I am simply here. I am here. I am here. Can you feel how much of a difference that can make? And while the outer world can be as chaotic as it wants to be, your inner world doesn't have to reflect that. The outer world can be completely chaotic, but your inner world doesn't have to reflect that at all. For the greatest act of service you can do right now to the planet. And so few of us are, it's hard to think of service to others right now. Although, oh my God, the amount of people that are there for protecting the neighbor right now, huge. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's awesome. The greatest act of service you can do right now is to return your nervous system to peace. This doesn't mean we can't do anything on the outside, but do it from that state of peace. When you calm the body, you calm the field. When you settle the breath, you steady the collective. And when you return to love, you become a lighthouse for others. And how does it get any better than this? You steady the world around you, you become a lighthouse, and you help people to make higher level decisions. How does it get any better than this? So tonight is really about remembering that you matter. Your energy matters. And your calm is not passive. Your calm is powerful. It is powerful. And so we begin a gentle nervous system reset with breath, with presence, and with softness, and with a knowing that you are guided, you are protected, and you are deeply supported. I want you to know that. You are guided, you are protected, and you are deeply supported. And that is so hard to understand at this time. We do not think we are guided. We do not think we are protected. And we do not think we are fully supported. So now, we're going to do a couple last practices here. A couple last practices that you can do to help you overcome the energies that we're experiencing right now. One is what we call a vagal nerve reset. What is a vagal nerve reset? Well, the vagal nerve is the part of your nervous system. It's a nerve running through the body, but it's a part of your nervous system that helps take you out of a state of fight or flight and put you in a state of peace and ease, or take you from a fear-based state and put you into a state of rest, relax, and digest. We can buy devices that can help with this. There are all sorts of great things that you can do that help with this. We've been doing it with the breath. but I'm going to give you one of the simplest one of them all. And what is that one? It is simply this. When we go to Om, what we do is we vibrate our vocal cords and we vibrate our vagal nerve. Somebody's saying yes, humming does it. We vibrate our vagal nerve and put us in a rest or relaxed response. Singing can do this too. Om, though, for me, one of the simplest ways. I can be driving down the road. I can be on my bicycle. I can hear something that I really want to unhear. And I can go to Om 3 simple times, and it helps reset everything. I recommend use it when you wake, use it right before you sleep, use it any single time your nervous system starts to come up. Simply go to Om. And so I want to do this just a few short times together. You can imagine that you're a monk in a cave. Imagine you're a monk high up in the Himalayas or the Himalayas or wherever. You can imagine you're floating above it all, whatever works for you. But let us do 3 simple Oms. Nice and deep. Use your own breath. Don't worry if I go too long, or don't worry if I go too short. Do it your own way. But simply be in that Om. Here we go. Nice deep breath in. One more time. Very good. Earlier today, I was at neurochiropractor. Very specialized kind of chiropractor that works with your nervous system, that works with your mind, helps with concussions, helps if you've had a serious brain injury, nerve injury, so many different things. And the doctor was using a device that measures how much water you're holding in your cell membrane. And the higher the higher amount of water you're able to hold in the cell membrane, the healthier your nervous system is working, and the more of a relaxed state you can be in. And I went in today, and my perfusion, what it called, was at like 0.74 or 0.75. Anything below a 1 isn't doing so hot. We did a few exercises, went to the Om, and it retested, and it shot up to over 1.25, or as he put it, it almost doubled. Just from doing a simple Om. The amount of goodness you can do out of this cannot be overstated. On that note, Anaya Bear goes, oh no, on that note, I want to do 2 quick clearings with you. And I want to mention a couple things in advance. First off, if you like what you're hearing tonight, if you want to really have the most amazing nervous system reset for this month and really put you not just in a safe, secure bubble for the year ahead, but really ground you into your I am presence, ground you into your greatest state, and really not only make you safe and secure, but have you traverse this earthly plane in a different manner no matter what comes our way this year. Calling this our sanctuary space. Come join us in the School of Mystics, live or recorded. This week, it's normally 4 Wednesdays each month, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. This month, we're having a special 2-day event this week to reset your nervous system. This Wednesday, we're going to dive much deeper from here. And this Friday, we're going to do a huge clearing. So we'll put down the links where you can try it for a month. We'll put down the link where you can try it for 6 months. Whatever works for you, do come and join us for this very special event. And on that note, again, let's do 2 little clearings, shall we? A note on my clearings. My clearings are a combination of Dr. Bradley Nelson's emotion code. I love you, Dr. B. And we'll have him back on the show, I think, in a few short weeks. A combination of tweaking his work along with holographic kinetics, which is an aboriginal healing technique, along with soul retrieval work, which is more of a shamanic healing and clearing technique. And I've kind of put them together in my own hodgepodge. Big shout outs to everybody that I've learned from, in a way that helps you clear your wounds, your blocks, your traumas, and so much more. And I found it very successful when we get together as a group and do this clearing. So I'm going to do a massive clearing on you Friday night, but we're going to do a little bit here tonight. How this works is I simply ask for permission to do clearing. And you can write yes in the chat, you can nod, you can say it to yourself. I need some sort of agreement in your head or out loud, I don't need to know about it, that says, yes, I have permission to do clearing work so that I can be a stand-in for you. And then what I am going to do is I'm going to ask you about something. You can take note. I don't need you to relive anything. And then I'm going to say, do I have permission to clear again? And if so, I'm going to say a funny or not so funny clearing statement. You don't have to believe it. And I find that either a refrigerator magnet, the back of the phone, or incense, or burning a smudge stick. A smudge stick is now my favorite. I just don't tend to put fire on camera. Running it over the top of your head clears energy. So I can do that for you, though. You don't even have to do it here tonight. If you find me yawning, it means energy is coming out. Doesn't mean I'm suddenly bored. If you find yourself yawning, burning, yawning, tingling, burning, belching, passing gas, sweating, crying, nothing, everything, sneezing, that's all energy passing through you on a conscious or not so conscious level. Either way, it works. So, first question I have, and then we're going to go right into a Q&A. And then we're going to go into a brief meditation based on time. We may keep that meditation really short, trying to keep these to just about an hour here now. Now, we're doing this really light here tonight because on Friday what I do is I do a massive clearing, and then I do a technique similar to EFT, emotional freedom tapping technique, where I help rewire that subconscious or put in positive messages. With 2, I don't have to do that. If I was doing a significant amount of clearings, I owe it to you to do that. Okay. So, what are the clearings that we have tonight? Oh, first, do I have permission to do clearing work with you? And so you can say it in your head, you can put it in the chat, you can nod up at whatever. Okay, have permission to do clearing work. All right, the first clearing that I want to do, and I mentioned that these wounds didn't start with you. Many of these wounds go back generation after generation. I'm talking World War II, or I'm talking World War I, or I'm talking what's happened in Central America, or I'm talking what's happened in Russia and Ukraine and elsewhere, or going back thousands of years. We all have a fear inside of us that I want to help start to clear tonight. So I want you to take note of this fear, but I do not want you to spend time focusing on it. Just take note of it, and then do I have permission to clear it? And that is a fear of war. Take note. Do you have a fear of war inside of you? And even if you don't, I can still clear it. And then, do I have permission to clear it from you? And as soon as I see the yeses come rolling in, I'm going to start this clearing. All right. I see some yeses coming through. Here we go. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, higher self, higher demon, all the angels, God, and light warriors here for our highest good and highest good of all. Please help remove the wounds, traumas, blocks, walls, and specifically massive, long-term, generation after generation after generation, fear of war, talk about, and also past life, fear of war from everybody here tonight, past, future, and present. Please help remove this fear of war from everybody here tonight, past, future, and present, now and forever. Thank you. Very, very good. All right. And then do I have permission to continue? And if you say yes, we're going to go for one more clearing. And what's that one more clearing? I want you to take note of a fear that you may have inside of you, a fear that you may have inherited from past lives, you may have inherited from your family, you may have experienced, your family may have experienced generation or generation after generation, a fear of a world gone mad or a world out of control. That could be your community gone mad, it can be the whole planet gone mad, but a world gone mad or a world out of control. And then do I have permission to clear? And I can see the yeses coming in. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. Higher self, higher team. All angels, God, and light warriors here for our highest good and highest good of all. Please help remove the wounds, traumas, blocks, walls, and fear from everybody here tonight, past, future, and present, of a world out of control, of a world gone mad, of a world completely gone insane. Please help remove this wound, trauma, block, wall, and fear from everybody of a world out of control, a world gone mad, and a world gone insane. Now and forever, thank you. Very, very good. Do you feel a little bit lighter? Do you feel a little bit different? It's not instant. It is powerful. I would grab some water after this. You might sleep even just a little bit better here tonight. If you like this, of course, come join us Wednesday. Come join us Friday. Come join us all month in the School of Mystics or beyond. But this should get you started here tonight. So I want to go right now. We're going to shift gears real briefly. We're going to go to a Q&A. We'll see if I have time for a little meditation or just a little bit more Om at the end. We've done a lot of functional stuff. Going into this new year, the Inspire Nation show, and we're probably going to have a new name at some point here, is going to be very how-to-y oriented. I don't want to talk fluff. I don't want to just give you a teaching. I want to give you tools you can use today. Am I rubbing the cell phone on the back of my head? Yes, the back of your phone the battery is magnetized. And so I'm using it as like a magnet to go over energetic points over the top of my head. You can use, your hand is magnetized. You could do it with that. I really like doing a smudge stick best. In fact, I have a crystal in the other room. Ooh, I should pull that out next time. That is crazy powerful as well. But this is my lucky handy dandy cell phone, and I've gosh, how do I say this without sounding egoic? I think I've made a difference in thousands and thousands of people's lives clearing with this phone. Jack saying, you giving any of the tools away? Oh yeah, watch the replay of this. You'll see at least 3, 4, 5 different tools that I've given you here tonight. All right. So let's go into a few questions, and then we're going to do very brief meditation or a very brief Om, and then we are going to call it good. So the first question I'm going to have to look up, which is, am I familiar with Spiritism? I've heard of Spiritism. I may or may not be familiar with it, so I am going to look that up before I say any more on that. Michael, what do you use to smudge? I use a smudge stick that is probably, I'm not sure if I'm going to come up with the name. It's the plant that's in the desert that we had all around our house at many different houses. And the name of that plant is going to escape me right now. And Jack Keys is saying, thank you, Mike, you are the bomb. And that's similar to what Kyle C. said. He said, we'll do a show next week. We'll really help people. We're going to kill it. And I'm going, oh my God, bomb, kill. No. But these are the words that are vernacular. So I will take that, Jack Keys, and thank you so much. I will take ownership of it. Or in the words of Big Hero 6, fa la 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 la. All right, Sage, thank you, Celestiana. All right, we have another question here from San Sankudo. Is Archangel Michael your cosmic twin? I have no idea. I would say if Archangel Michael is my cosmic twin, then Archangel Michael maybe is so many of our cosmic twin, because I will take no ownership, no specialness beyond the specialness that we all are. As for my connection, although Archangel Michael really wanted to come through on this one, I guess I could have done another Archangel Michael thumbnail and title, but I'm not trying to make this the Archangel Michael show. This is just the energies that are out there. So Hillary's saying most smudge sticks are sage. It can be mugwort, lavender, other herbs too. Yeah, and so I tend to use sage. Palo Santo for different things. More for me for cleansing a home or cleansing interesting spirits from a home, but I haven't tried using Palo Santo for a clearing. From Lobido, and I'll take one more question out of this. Does getting rid of, say, the fear of war somehow prevent it? It actually does, Libido. What happens is, and this does take mass consciousness into effect, is when you stop vibrating at the frequency or at the fear of war, you stop being in agreement with this. And this is a term that I had a lot of challenge for a long time. And I've heard it described best by Paul Selig's guides, at least years ago. Now I can take ownership of those teachings as well. But his guides were saying, which is my guides, which is your guides as well, that when we come into this world, we agree to different things. And we agree to, on some level, war. Crazy as that sounds. We agree to being subservient to this billionaire chattel system. Crazy as it seems. We agree to all of these things until we do not. And the easiest way that we can change our agreement is to stop running that energy inside of us. And the more people that we have that stop running the energy of fear of war and start running a different energy or a loving energy, all of a sudden war somehow disappears off the planet. Is that Pollyannish? No, that's real. Heck, we can look at technology, and there was a period where cell phone didn't exist and nobody could communicate with each other. And that time period disappeared. And now everybody, almost everybody, is connected with each other. That's a technological example, but it's the same thing. We can look at beliefs that have changed. Beliefs about eating, beliefs about lifestyle, beliefs about war. For if that time period comes where there's no longer A, that fear of war, and B, that understanding that war is the answer to anything, suddenly it ceases to exist in our consciousness. First, it doesn't make sense, and then it doesn't occur. Why? Because things that don't make sense won't occur anymore. The guns will literally be plowshares. I don't know what this thing is. This was from great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. I have no idea. But I could use a little bit more corn over here. And then probably the tools. Those tools don't even exist because it is no longer in our agreement. So, all right, let us go from here. These are some beautiful questions here this evening. I'm seeing if there is one last question. Doesn't look like it. Let us go to a very brief, what are we going to do? Clearing, meditation. I'm going to kind of do a hybrid little thing. Yes, the rotary phone. What a tank, a beautiful tank that thing was. And it was so slow to make a phone call. So crazy slow on a rotary phone to make a phone call. All right, where I want to go here. We're going to do kind of a hybrid little thing here tonight where I am just going to ground you. And yes, come join us Wednesday. Come join us Friday. So what Aya has down is join the monthly bundle. There are so many bonuses, so many gifts, so many good things, the whole library, all the clearings, all the everything when you join the School of Mystics. And it's really inexpensive. So come join us Wednesday. Come join us Friday. Join us for this month. Join us for 6 months. Join us for years. But let's get you in that sanctuary space and make it, I was saying the best, brightest year. Let's first get it to be the safest, most grounding year, and then where we can see where we take it from there. All right. So what I'd like you to do is I would like you to stomp your feet a little bit on the ground. I almost got an Aura ring for the holidays. I have my Garmin tracker, but I didn't get the Aura ring. I might still in the future here. So pitter-patter your feet on the ground. Wiggle your derriere in your seat. Shrug your shoulders a little bit. And now what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes. We're going to reach one hand up. We're going to grab that silvery string above us coming out of the heavens. We're going to pull it on down. Bring it right into the top of our heads. Bring it right down through the center of our bodies. Right down through the center of our spine, through our tailbone, down through our legs, our feet, right out into the earth, finding ourselves completely and totally connected, supported, and grounded. And now we're going to take 3 nice, slow turtle breaths. In through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. In and out. And now, as we continue to breathe, nice and slow and deep, to help reset our nervous systems, we'll use the following attunement. I am safe. I am grounded. I am secure. I am safe. I am grounded. I am secure. I am safe. I am grounded. I am secure. I am here. I am here. I am here. Breathe in nice and slow and out. In and out. In and out. And now let's go to a few nice, slow, gentle ohms. Breathe in. I am safe. I am grounded. I am secure. I am here. I am here. I am here. And yes, how does it get any better than this? So, I'm going to leave it on this gentle, soft note. We've got our School of Mystics Wednesday, clearing event, massive clearing event on Friday. And we also have Jeffrey Hoppy and channeling Adamus Saint Germain. Super helpful, lots of tools as well this coming Thursday. How does it get any better than this? Jeffrey Hoppy this Thursday, so you can click that link so you can get that reminder as well. I send you so much love. You're not alone. You are safe. You are secure. We are all going to be better than fine. We are going to come out of this great. And this time period can be your sanctuary, can be your safe place, and can truly help you to change your world and change others' worlds from this calm, secure, grounded, safe space. So I send so much love your way. Now, I almost feel guilty about putting on the music from my dear sister Ayla Ray because it's such a bright and shiny song. But you are bright and shiny. And I send so much love your way. So much love your way. Had my hands down here because it's been just kind of nice and quiet. Thank you, Aya Bear, who's getting married in just a few short weeks. Thank you, Ann Bear. Thank you to all of the mystics here this evening. And especially, thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you. And how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? All right. Lots of love, everybody. Good night, and hope to see you soon. Oh, yeah, gotta find the button. There we go. Lots of love. See you soon.
Every day there's a new horizon. Birds keep on singing, earth keeps on spinning. Time to toss any fears that rule you. Dance to vibrations, no limitations. Shine, hold the sunlight on your chest and fly. Look to the sky, let your spirit shine brightly, shine brightly. Oh, shine. Share the magic deep in your soul. The glitter around you, live your greatest truth. Catch those dreams, swimming beside you. Yours for the taking, no more just waiting.